How's it going, Mitch?
Hey.
How are we?
Fancy seeing you here, mate. What are you on with?
Fancy seeing me here.
What are you doing, mate?
Well, I'm just doing some wildlife, but obviously you're bombing around in your little toy. We'll have to have a chat about this, mate.
Do you like it?
I do, I love it. Absolutely brilliant. So what we got here then, mate?
Got Morgan Plus 4, mate. It's our little baby. It's, as I say, it's a Morgan Plus 4. Bit of a special edition.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, this is a 2006 plate. But what's special about this is that in when is it, 2006, Morgan were celebrating 70 years of production. So what they did basically is they produced, to commemorate it, they produced 140 Morgans basically.
Lovely.
And basically they did 2 for each year of production. So this little baby is representing 1982. You can see on the old steering wheel.
Righto.
So what's unique about this, Dave, is that there's actually only 2 in the world.
2 of these
so
this year,
yeah,
in the world.
Of this one, commemorating 70 years, this is 1982. So the other one, somewhere in the world, it could be left-hand drive, you know, it could be right-hand drive, but somewhere in the world there is another one of these, basically.
So this is a bit of a rare beast.
It is. It's a bit of a collectible item, Dave. As I say, it's the actual colour, it's Jaguar machine blue.
Look at these hubs.
Steel blue.
Look at that.
Yeah. And again, what's a little bit unique about this as well, you've not got the wire wheels on this one. You're still.
Oh no, you haven't, have you?
Yeah. So yeah, so a little bit about it. It's
that's the bit I like.
It's a steel chassis.
Yeah.
So contrary to belief, yeah, it does have a wooden ash coach.
Yes.
Right, but the actual chassis is steel.
Yeah.
The new models, they're aluminium basically.
Yeah.
But what you've actually got there, it's an ash frame, and then it's got aluminium panels basically. Handmade, Dave.
Handmade. This is what people. This is what some people out there now don't understand. That this car, this Morgan, is handmade. It's not made by robots on a plant in Sunderland, and the lads in Sunderland do a fantastic job. But this is a craftsman piece of art, isn't it? It's a work of art.
It is.
That's a van. This is a work of art.
Truly British, mate.
Truly British. Look at this.
100% British.
Now some people might not recognise this, but this is an aerial. So you can get the radio. This is what it used to be. And you used to come out the pub and some bastard would have snapped your aerial off.
Do you want to have a look at the engine?
Let's have a look at the engine. Let's, well, I'll tell you what, I was going to stop it, but no, let's see how you open the engine. On a Morgan, there's no little clip underneath the dashboard, is there?
No. You can see the clips either side, Dave.
That's it.
And then basically you push down on these.
So is this a lifelong dream to own one of these, Mitch, or is it
Always,
like you?
Mate.
Is
Always. Ever since I was a kid, basically. And to be honest with you, the colour, I always wanted a British racing green.
Yeah, like our Mini.
Yeah, yeah. But this colour is absolutely gorgeous, and the actual car itself has got a bit of history to it as well.
Yeah.
It's a Ford engine, mate. Would you believe?
Ford.
Ford. It's 1800. And it's 125 brake horsepower, and it's a 1800 geotech.
So is this the engine that you would have probably found in a, what we're talking, how old is this, 30? So what you're looking at, a Sierra Mondeo change, or?
Possible, mate.
Yeah.
Possible. All of the engineering viewers out there will probably be able to tell you.
Yeah, leave the comments in bottom.
Yeah.
But,
so yeah, it's, what's nice about it, mate? Look at how easy is it to
how easy. I was just thinking that when you open that up, because most cars nowadays, you open the bonnet and it's just a mass of plastic.
Yeah.
You can't work on it. No. Not that I could work on mine.
No.
Look at this. Look, all this.
So it's easy to get to, as you can see. Yeah, I mean the other thing about it is I don't know if you saw the programme How to Build a Sports Car.
Yes, I did watch it.
And you see these panels, these are all basically hand
on a press kind of thing, isn't
Yeah.
they're fed through a press.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this, if you go onto the Channel 4 hub or whatever it is, More 4, it shows you actually how they make a Morgan, and you cannot believe the amount of work that goes into buying a Morgan, to making a Morgan. It is absolutely unbelievable.
There we go.
I mean, I wonder what. I mean, this is like a new engine, isn't it? Like you said, this is off a Ford, whatever.
Yeah.
But what have you seen the inside of an original Morgan? That would be worth having a look at, wouldn't it?
Would do.
Yeah.
It would do. Yeah. I mean, that's the only part of Morgan, obviously, is where they'll get the engine. They get the engine in.
Yeah.
The modern ones now, I think, are BMWs.
Yeah. I've read that they put in a BMW engine in.
The Morgan Plus 6 is a 6 litre, I believe. I'm not quite sure I'd be brave enough actually to drive something.
No, because I mean, I have been out in this car before, and I tell you what, it's a thrill, isn't it? I mean, you go on these roller coasters and stuff, and you're all over the place, but you know you're pretty well, unless you're at Alton Towers, you know you're fairly safe. But in this is, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to hit a pothole, and it's such a thrill, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the old nose does bounce around a little bit, but that's sure. Fancy a trip in it?
Yeah, we'll have a trip in it. We'll do some footage of us driving around in it. Then we'll stop and have another little chat about the car and all that. But all this is handmade, crafted leather, isn't it? Obviously not grown by hand.
It's all leather. Obviously, as you saw on that programme, it's all embroidered. All the embroidery they do. Yeah. On site, everything basically down in Malvern. The other interesting thing about it is that they've never moved.
Yeah.
So it's original. Where this is built, it's all the original place basically. Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Right, well, we're going to take this for a trip. You'll be watching the footage of us bouncing around in it. Obviously, it'll be windy, so you probably won't hear us saying another word, but it's going to be fun. All right, so carry on watching, folks. Right, folks, Tuxford and Tebbit. Stilton cheese. Told you, we're actually in the heart of the pork pie capital and Stilton there. Right, folks, so we are back, and we're going to have a little drive through Melton Mowbray and see how many people will actually look at the Morgan. This is not being vain or vanity or whatever it is. It's just it is.
No other word for it, mate. It's vanity. But most importantly, they won't be looking at us old munchers, mate. They'll be looking at hopefully the car. Look at this, sun's come out.
Sun's come out. The sun has come out. Now then, I wonder if I will actually see anybody I work with, because obviously my shift pattern is I'm not at work today. Of Cleves is down here, I think, on the right hand side.
Is that a restaurant, Dave?
It is a public house. I think she actually was there at one point before she lost her head. Did she lose her head?
Anna Cleves?
Yeah.
No clue, mate. No. I didn't do very well at history when I was a boy.
Well, I suppose working in the water business, you're not going to, are you? It's not one you need to know.
Absolutely.
So, as I was recording, folks, on my new camera, I don't know whether I was actually recording or just taking pictures. So, if we do repeat ourselves while driving along, I do apologise, it's my fault.
So we're headed to Oakham, Dave.
Oakham, where the Pokham, as the saying goes.
It's the same, mate. In fact, was it like Melton where they Beltham,
Yes.
Oakham where they Pokham, and Uppingham?
Where the
We'll forget about that.
stick it, yeah, we'll leave that. We'll stick it up them. There's a nice blue map, really. But this is brilliant though, because obviously we haven't got a roof on, folks. You know, that is our view of the panoramic view, a proper panoramic view. It's just good, and I'm not particularly that cold either. It's great to be in, isn't it? Really.
Everything's quite basic as well. I mean,
Yeah.
You've got a heater on, so you're blowing a bit of warmth on your legs at the moment, Dave.
Yeah.
Probably worth just pointing out the old the 70th anniversary stuff.
Oh yes.
It's quite unique. The dash.
Can I get it? There it is. I think I've got it. It's an analogue clock.
Happy days.
Do you know what, right, mate? Do you know how many kids of today cannot tell the time with an analogue clock?
It's unbelievable, Dave.
It is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, most kids of today would probably look for a Lamborghini or some kind of Ferrari, Porsche, or something else that a rock star in rapper would drive.
Yeah.
But I wonder, say some kind of rap star in America had one of these imported. I wonder if this would increase the sales of a Morgan.
It's possible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's, what is interesting is you can't actually go to a showroom like you do with ordinary cars and just say, I want to buy a brand new Morgan. Basically what happens is you go into the showroom and they give you a catalogue and you actually specify and you spec out exactly what you want. So
Yeah.
your trim, your colour, all of the add-ons, everything else. And then in the Morgan factory they actually have a build book and they'll build the car then to your specification.
Yeah.
Now what some investors do is they don't actually take ownership, well they own it, but they don't take the Morgan away. They have pleasure in buying a £90,000 Morgan, doing all the spec, and then they hand it back to the dealer before they've even driven in it, and then you get the multi-millionaires that want a Morgan straight away.
Straight away, yeah.
They go and buy it, and they probably makes about 10 grand extra.
Really?
And they do that with Ferraris and all that lot. There's a lot of people that put their name on a waiting list for a Ferrari. When they get it, they just sell it straight on.
In fact, wasn't there a big thing? I'm sure many years ago somebody were doing that as a job. They were just buying a car
Yeah.
and then selling them on straight away.
But I suppose it's no different to sort of like people that are into conveyancing or whatever. They'll just do properties up and then sell them straight on and then make a living out of it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Fair play to them. So, like I say, folks, I didn't know whether I was recording or not at one point. So you say this has done 15,000 miles.
14,000 miles.
14,000 miles, you know. It's been running still, isn't it?
Back in go forever, mate.
Back in the day, you used to run a car in for so many miles. I know when my dad had his Escort Sport, he had to run it in for 500 miles.
Yeah.
So,
What was your first car, Dave?
my first car was a Mark III Cortina. I bought it off some lad in the village, and yeah, I loved it.
Mine was an 850 Mini. Yellow Mini.
I mean,
I didn't have it for long though.
what you do, ram it.
I didn't have it. It was the barrel race. And I had a few too many beers and like an idiot decided to take the car back up.
Oh dear.
Really ended up looking out. I was 17 at the time though, Dave, so
Oh, right.
being an idiot. Mate.
Yeah, that's the way it is, isn't it? So, I'm going to stop this. Right, folks, we're just continuing our drive. We're going through Barley Thorpe.
This is where the stud is, Dave.
The
Barley
stud.
Thorpe stud.
Barleythorpe stood Oakham United FC there on the right hand side. Very quaint English kind of village. Whoops.
Fitting, very fitting.
Yes. But I've thoroughly enjoyed this driving around here, Mitch, today. I think it's been brilliant, hasn't it? I've got the camera on again. I don't know whether I got it on us before at the same time. Just the top gear shot is walking at camera hanging out my hand there. That'd be oh dear.
So Oakham, mate, famous for old Rutland water.
Yeah.
Rutland
Oh yeah,
waters.
Rutland water. And there was a murder here once, weren't there?
What's that?
Yes, there was a murder. A son killed his parents and made out they'd gone away on holiday. It was massive at the time, mate. I know, I just seem to remember shit like that. I don't know why. It's just,
Keep Reds down then, mate.
yeah, well, he's inside, mate, and as we're not his parents, who are wealthy, he's probably not interested.
So we are actually in the county of Rutland.
Yes. And what is Rutland, mate? It's I'll let you give them the information of Rutland.
Rutland, smallest county, mate.
Smallest county. I don't think they've actually got a McDonald's.
I mean, not.
No. There was a big hoo-ha about it, that McDonald's wanted to put one in the county, and I don't think it was allowed.
We ought to stop and ask somebody.
Yes.
Say, excuse me, what? Where's the nearest McDonald's?
Yeah, where's the McDonald's? Me and June, we come here sometimes. Apparently, they have got a good charity shop here. Because what me and June do sometimes, we give ourselves £20 and we go to the charity shops and we just see what we can buy for 20 quid. And I came here once, I got a Ralph Lauren top and jeans and everything for about 20 notes.
That's good going in this place, mate.
It is. I love the roar. Can you hear the roar, folks, of the exhaust?
You've got the hunting up, Dave. You obviously know you're in town.
Yeah. Is that a Labradoodle? Looks like a Labradoodle. We shall be getting our Labradoodle soon. Another quintessential English village, or now as become a town.
In the town, isn't it? It's the capital.
So all this framework here, that's all handmade as well, isn't it? That's all
I'm sure it's handmade, but it's all
shaped by hand.
plated,
Yeah.
It's so basic, Dave. Look at the mirror.
Yeah,
Stuff like that.
yeah. Now that mirror there, folks, is awesome. It's just your old style mirror, isn't it?
Yeah.
So.
Let's
Right, so Mitch has sorted his contact lens out. We're back on with the road, or back on the road. We're going to tear some tarmac up. Listen to that roar. I feel like saying something like Murray Walker would say, like, go, go, go. Hey, up, we've got a fire down there. No, we ain't, we're all right. Oh, it is an absolute awesome feeling, people. If you ever get the chance to sit in a Morgan and just be a passenger and just feel that I haven't got any hair, but for the want of a better thing saying, feel the wind through your hair and all that, it is just an amazing feeling. And here we are, we got one of these things where it like pushes you back into the seat with a bit of G-force. Unfortunately, the vulva was in the way. So we're working our way back to Melton Mowbray now. This is one of these bloody stupid junctions on the A47 that I was just looking at your thing there. Where you're either go or you don't go, and if you don't go and you do go, you might get cleared up. But yes,
This is known as the Big Dipper, Dave.
the Big Dipper.
And I've got to say, my lovely wife doesn't like it. She says it makes her feel sick.
Just had to correct my camera there. It was looking up into the sky. We're not going to get the full effect of the Big Dipper. I'm hoping, folks, that you can all hear this as well because of the wind. It should be okay.
Not this bit, don't worry.
Not this bit. Not this. This is the Little Dipper.
Like a roller coaster ride. This is just getting you into it.
Yeah. Is this the one?
No. Just getting you into it.
It is a bit of a roller coaster ride, though, isn't it? I think if you're going to come out in one of these cars, you have actually got to,
Brace yourself.
yeah, brace yourself and just enjoy it.
Here we go.
Here we go. And here we go, folks, the Big Dipper. It is one of them where you feel the keyboard pushing you back into your seat and you lose your breath. Your rib cage has got to your back. Absolutely brilliant. That's the kind of thing when you was a kid you go again. Brilliant. It does hold the road remarkably well, though, doesn't it, Mitch? Because it reminds me, I'm not saying it is, but it's like the bonnet of a Capri. Now, you youngsters out there probably have never had the joy of sitting in a Capri with Rob Burton, well, you won't anyway now, but of sitting with Rob Burton as he throws his Capri around, because the length of the bonnet, it was shit holding the road at the back, weren't it, because it used to swive out and stuff a Capri. But this is a little bit like a Capri because of the length of the bonnet. You know, you're actually looking, it's like a mile long of bonnet, isn't it?
It is. It's actually very sat in here. It's like being in a Cessna.
It is.
Like an aircraft.
It is, yes.
It's almost like a Spitfire. Imagine if it had a prop at the front.
If that had a prop, yeah, at the front, and you know, taking on the Germans once again, it is a bit like that. It's just an amazing little thing to drive around in this. Now, what's going off here?
I know, mate.
Oh, we've got a motorcyclist up front. He's going to open that up. We're just going to. This is the thing about a Morgan, folks. Look at that. You can't hear me. All you can hear is wind. But it's just the view and the fact that you are really pretty much as one with the car and the road. It is an amazing feeling, isn't it?
It's amazing, Dave.
We're just wishing this big piece of Japanese shit would get out of the way, but unfortunately it can't. So. Or is this a left turn? Let's do this again. Let's get these wheels on. Thoroughly enjoying this, Mitch.
Smell that country air, Dave.
Smell the country air. That is, and that doesn't smell of shit. That smells of cut grass.
Yeah.
Proper stuff. Right. Right, folks, so we're still on our little bit of a road trip in the wonderful +4 Morgan of Mitch's. We're coming to a village of Ashley Folville. Thank you very much, mate.
Right.
Very kind of you. Another quintessential English village. I say you've got to have lots of money to live here.
Right. This has got a lovely pub. This place has.
Graveyard there, mate. People are just dying to get into it.
The dead centre.
Dead centre.
There's a cricket pitch.
There's a cricket pitch. I hope people are enjoying my new camera. Oh, there it is.
Carrington Arms. Very nice.
I used to play cricket with a bloke called John Carrington. I should have used a bat, ball and wickets. So how often do you have to have this service, mate? Do you yearly service it, or do you wait for the mileage?
This is going to be serviced every year.
Yes.
Got a cracking guy in Selby.
Yeah.
And he's done loads and loads of work for us. He's done all the front end. He's actually put new king pigs in for us, brand new shockers, new springs and everything. So sorted all the discs out. Amazing mechanic.
Good stuff.
So he's going to sort us out in spring.
Yeah.
Be a nice service for us, oil change and everything, and then
all fit for the summer again.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Are they? If you own a Morgan, is it one of them cars where you think, I don't worry about the price, if it costs, it costs, or is it fairly cheap to actually own a Morgan? Or
it depends how much travel you're doing. It's like anything, but the actual parts and everything else are not too bad. Everything's accessible.
Yeah.
And all the parts and everything else are freely available. So it's actually not too bad to servicing. It's not like if you've got one of these big sports cars like Lamborghinis,
yes,
Ferraris and whatever, where they charge 10,000 quid for a service and that sort of stuff. It's not.
Yeah, that's all right, because I suppose you still want to make it. You know, I suppose a lot of people who actually own a Morgan, they like tinkering around with it themselves, don't they? It's,
you can do, which is really a nice thing.
Yeah.
There's lots of things you can actually do with it.
There we go, he's letting us go by, Mitch.
He is. Look at that.
Look at that, look.
British farmer.
British farmer doing his bit, keeping the country going. Thank you, Farmer Giles. I hope this video actually does pass on the sensation of being in this. It's, you know, I hope it does give you the thrill of sitting as a passenger in this car, because it is really a thrill, you know what I mean? And you feel in the bumps, but you feel that you're actually still in control of the car, you know what I mean? It's just good. It's just an experience. So it'd be good, mate, if you could hire it out for you know, on a wedding day, and the groom wants to turn up in style, you take him there. You got your hat on and the tie and all that.
It's got the looks, hasn't it?
It has got a look
for a special occasion.
Yeah, it's got the look of a bachelor. It's got the look of a bachelor making his way to the chopping board. So, folks, we're actually just going through the village of Gadsby, the Great Gadsby. Another quintessential English village. It's absolutely lovely, isn't it? I mean, I've drove through it a few times, but I think to come through in the morning, did you see the bloke cleaning his car? He had a good look at it then, didn't he? He was a good bloke, because he'd also got a transit. He'd also got a van.
Used to be an airfield here, mate.
Yeah, well, I suppose there were airfields all over the place.
Yeah. Used to make like these little more light aircraft type thing. Cheney Arms
there, look, folks.
There, mate.
this is just a bit of a road trip in a Morgan, isn't it?
It is, mate. There's only one thing that's missing, Dave.
Opening time.
Exactly. Nothing nicer than actually rocking up in a quintessential English pub.
In a British car.
Nice pint of ale.
Yeah.
Only one, but responsible.
Yes. Yes, totally. Oh, no. So we are now on the Foss, heading away from Leicester. You're getting the full experience now, folks, of the Morgan. I'll have no hair left. I was going to cut my hair, but it's blown it all out. This is proper motoring. You know what I mean? You're feeling it all. Thank you very much, Mr. Can't remember what they're called. The G-Max. I won't talk, I'll just let us enjoy the drive. Absolutely superb. We had a quick thrash up the dual carriageway. This is what it's all about. Honest kids, or not kids, not being patronising, but you have got to try and get in one of these. We're just going by Leicester's new training ground. A glimpse of the future. I think the country lanes even add to this, don't they? The country lanes make, you know, throwing it about, feeling the bumps, you know, just being as one.
When we take it away, we always do the B roads, A roads, whatever. We
Yeah.
try to avoid the motorways as much as we can.
And pretty much where we started, folks. Seagrave. Well, it won't be pretty much. It will be very much where we started.
Whoa.
Ooh. Right, so I'm going to stop this video, folks, and then I'm going to finish it off. So there we have it, folks. Me and Mitch have been out in his wonderful, wonderful Morgan for, what it's called? +4.
+4.
I wanted to say 4x4. And I've had a thoroughly enjoyable time. Is there anything we need to add about this, Mitch, this wonderful car?
No, mate, it's what it is. It's what it says on the tin. It's handmade. It's curves. It's just a gorgeous looking vehicle at the end of the day.
Its curves are as good as my Junis. It is an absolute wonder, and the fact that it is actually handmade. You know, it's not just put on a production line. And
to think that when they started off all those years ago, Dave, you know, with three-wheelers.
Yeah.
You know, and then was it 56 they came out with the +4?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, because well, let's. I'll tell you, we'll just go through a little bit of history. I can't say I know a lot about it. It was there was started Morgan, who started. What was his name? Henry Morgan.
yeah.
Henry Morgan started to make these in 1910, and it had 3 wheels, didn't it, mate? It went into production in 1910. Did I say that right? He made his first one in 1909. He then went into production in 1910, and it had 3 wheelers. It were 3 wheelers, weren't they, mate?
Selling it to the rich.
To the rich.
Gentry.
Yeah.
And it's just iconic. And he went from the 3 wheelers are still going today, and you know, they're a real niche product. They sell all over the world, in America and over in Australia. To say they're just an.
So what did you say in 1956? You were just before I rudely interrupted you.
It was the +4. We went the primary 3 wheelers, and the +4 came out in 56. Hence the reason why this is the 70th anniversary of the +4.
Yeah.
And this year they've brought out a brand new +4 with BMW engine and everything else, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. But it is. It's just everything, like we said before, folks. I mean, I'm repeating myself a little bit because I didn't know whether I was recording or not at one point. This was a new camera, and everything is actually handmade. All these panels, they go through a machine that are fed through, and it's all done by eye, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
It takes 5 years apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So the people that actually do this is 5-year apprenticeship to actually. It's such a skill.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I mean, Mitch, like I've said before, there was a programme on Channel 4, and it was showing you how to build a sports car, and all these here are all made by hand. They're put in a machine, and it's made by hand. It's not like computer pressed.
Pressed by hand.
Yeah, it's pressed by hand. You know, and you have to look at that. And if he gets one out the way or one out, it binned it.
Yeah.
It's, you know, and everything. It's all hand stitched and everything. I've had such a great time this morning, Mitch, and I do really, really thank you from the bottom of my heart, because
You're welcome.
You know, it's just something that's completely fun. Oh, show the people the boot. You showed me the boot the other day, and there's your boot.
That's it.
That's your boot, folks. You ain't going to get a lot in there, but it is just brilliant. But to be fair, when you've got something like this, you're not going to be going and taking suitcases away. I suppose you put your suitcase on there. I was just about to say I've seen that. You're not looking for aircon or, you know, sat nav and all that. You're looking at a raw, beautiful piece of machinery that is made to have fun in. And that's it. It's just there to have fun. So
cool. Right.
Right.
I'll get back to your bird watching then.
yeah, I'll get back to my bird watching. Hope she don't mind me looking at her through that window. Right. See you later.
See you later.
Cheers.